Have you ever had that dream where you're running as fast as you can, but you're not going anywhere? Your legs feel heavy, the panic builds, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't escape. You're being chased, or you're late for something incredibly important, and you need to run. You try with all your might, you pump your arms, you lift your legs, but it's like you're moving through thick, invisible molasses. You're stuck in slow motion, and the panic just keeps building. It's one of the most common and frustrating dream experiences out there. So, what on earth does it mean when you dream about not being able to run fast? Is your dream self just really out of shape? Or is there something deeper going on? Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of dream interpretation and unravel the secrets behind this super common dream. First off, let's get one thing straight. You're not alone. This dream is incredibly common, right up there with teeth falling out or being unprepared for an exam. The feeling is universal, a sense of powerlessness and frustration. To understand why we have this dream, we need to think about what running represents in our waking lives. Running is often about progress, escape, and achieving goals. It's a symbol of our ability to move forward, to get away from danger, or to rush towards something we desire. So, when that ability is taken away from us in a dream, it's usually a powerful metaphor for what's happening in our real lives. One of the most common interpretations is that this dream reflects feelings of being stuck or held back. Think about your current situation. Is there a goal you're trying to reach, but you feel like you're not making any progress? Maybe it's a career ambition, a personal project, or even a relationship that feels stagnant. Your subconscious mind might be translating this real world frustration into the physical act of trying to run but getting nowhere. It's like your brain is creating a movie to show you exactly how you feel. You're putting in the effort, but external forces or internal barriers are keeping you from moving forward at the pace you want. This could be anything from a difficult boss at work, financial constraints, or even your own self-doubt holding you back. Another huge factor is anxiety and a sense of powerlessness. Often in these dreams, there's a threat. You're running away from a shadowy figure, a monster, or just an overwhelming sense of dread. The inability to run fast in this context amplifies the fear. It's your mind's way of highlighting a situation in your waking life where you feel helpless or unable to escape a problem. Are you avoiding a difficult conversation? Are you overwhelmed by responsibilities that feel like they're closing in on you? This dream could be a major red flag from your subconscious, telling you that you're feeling threatened and ill-equipped to handle a particular stressor. The monster you're running from might not be a literal monster, but a looming deadline, a tough decision, or an unresolved conflict. Let's also talk about low self-esteem and lack of confidence. When you dream of being slow, it can be a direct reflection of how you see yourself and your abilities. You might feel inadequate or unprepared for the challenges you're facing. It's that nagging voice in the back of your head that says, you're not good enough, you can't do this, or you're going to fail. This dream can be especially common when you're starting something new, like a new job, a new school, or a new creative endeavor. The fear of not measuring up can manifest as this physical limitation in your dream world. Your dream is essentially acting out your own self-limiting beliefs. Interestingly, there's a scientific explanation for the physical sensation of running in slow motion, and it's pretty cool. It's called sleep paralysis, or REM atonia. During the REM stage of sleep, which is when most vivid dreaming occurs, your brain sends signals to paralyze your voluntary muscles. This is actually a brilliant safety mechanism. It prevents you from physically acting out your dreams. Can you imagine if you actually started running around your bedroom while dreaming of being chased? So, when you dream of running, your brain sends the command to your legs, but your body doesn't respond because of this natural paralysis. Your mind perceives this disconnect between the intention to move and the lack of physical feedback, creating that bizarre, frustrating sensation of moving through treacle. So part of it isn't just symbolic, it's a real physiological phenomenon. So how can we use this information? If you keep having this dream, it's a good idea to do a little self-reflection. Don't just dismiss it as a weird night. Your mind is trying to communicate with you. Grab a journal and ask yourself some questions. Where in my life do I feel stuck or held back? What am I feeling anxious about or trying to avoid? Are there situations where I feel powerless or inadequate? Identifying the root cause of the stress is the first step towards resolving it. For example, if you realize the dream is tied to your career, maybe it's time to break down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. If you're feeling overwhelmed by a problem, maybe it's time to face it head on or ask for help. Let's look at some variations of this dream. Sometimes you're not just slow, but your legs feel heavy like they're made of lead. This can symbolize feelings of being weighed down by burdens or responsibilities. Are you carrying too much emotional baggage? Are you taking on too much at work or at home? It could be your mind's way of saying, hey, you need to lighten your load. Other times, the ground itself might be the problem. It could be muddy, sandy, or you might be running uphill. This often points to external obstacles. You feel like the world or your environment is working against you, making your journey much harder than it needs to be. Now, what can you do to manage these feelings and hopefully change the dream's narrative? The key is to address the underlying issues in your waking life. Building your confidence is a great place to start. Celebrate small victories. Acknowledge the progress you're making, even if it feels slow. This helps to counteract the feelings of inadequacy that fuel the dream. If you're feeling stuck, try to approach the problem from a different angle. Brainstorm new solutions. Talk to a friend, a mentor, or a therapist. Getting an outside perspective can often reveal a path forward that you couldn't see on your own. And remember, it's okay to ask for help when you feel overwhelmed. Practicing stress management techniques before bed can also be incredibly helpful. Things like meditation, deep breathing exercises, or gentle yoga can calm your nervous system and lead to more peaceful sleep. Avoid stressful activities like checking work emails or watching intense news right before you go to sleep. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. This can reduce the overall anxiety levels that often trigger these types of dreams. It's also worth noting that not every dream has a profound, deep meaning. Sometimes a dream is just a dream, a random jumble of the day's events and thoughts. Maybe you watched an action movie where someone was running in slow motion, or you saw a runner struggling during a marathon on TV. Your brain might just be processing and remixing these images. But if the dream is recurring and it's accompanied by strong feelings of anxiety and frustration, that's when it's worth paying closer attention. It's the pattern and the emotional weight that give the dream its significance. So the next time you find yourself stuck in that slow motion nightmare, try not to wake up in a panic. Instead, see it as a message from your inner self. It's an opportunity to check in and see what's really going on beneath the surface. Your dream isn't a prophecy that you're doomed to fail. It's more like a notification bell, drawing your attention to an area of your life that needs a little more care and attention. By understanding the symbolism and addressing the real-world stressors, you can turn this frustrating dream into a powerful tool for self-growth and empowerment. You can start to feel more in control, both in your dreams and, more importantly, in your waking life. What about you? Have you had this dream? What do you think it means for you? Share your experiences and interpretations in the comments below. It's always fascinating to hear how these universal themes play out in our individual lives. And if you found this exploration into the world of dreams interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of the mind. Thanks for watching, and sweet dreams!